Hey traders from around the world, it's Jerremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading, and it is indeed Wednesday, August the 26th. Hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. So what I want to do is just talk about what's going on in the market. I think I've gotten more emails and more text messages over the last 3 days than I have cumulatively in 2015. I'm not sure, but it's a good thing. That's good for real life trading, right? People are excited and interested about the market. They want to know what's going on, and it's a great time to really just understand sentiment. And the best thing to help with trading is just simply ask yourself, what would you do in the situations, and then just kind of do that. So this sell-off that occurred, but giant sell-off, Monday gap down, we talked about this. And again, I mentioned that really the candle of Monday was not bearish. It really is kind of like a bullish, like punch in the face, like, hey, we're going to hang out here for just a little bit, because that kind of volume is the real deal. So as of right now, this is the DIA. This is the ETF that tracks the Dow Jones. And on Tuesday, the stock gapped up very high. Where did it gap to? Well, two places. Number one, it gapped to the high of Monday. So what do you think people were feeling? How do you think people felt on Tuesday morning who did not get out the high on Monday? Well, they said, man, it was up here on Monday and sold off, so I'm going to go ahead and sell, right? And there was also probably a round of people who simply said, man, I didn't get a chance to sell anything on Monday. We did have a crazy day. I am at a massive loss. I'm going to take whatever kind of profit I can on my 401k and my IRA, and I'm going to get out at the open if it gaps up or if it moves higher. And that's exactly what a lot of people did. So when it opened up, higher, it was a pretty good indication to me that we're going to sell. And also, not only that, but it was a white candle that gapped up. So anyone who did buy on Monday was profitable. And in this crazy market, they're probably thinking, geez, I'm going to go ahead and take my profit while I have it. So this is what I refer to as a retest gap anyway. A white candle that gaps up. It's a retest gap. Stock is coming back and retesting. Volume is declining. And I think that we're going to be building a flag pattern here probably for maybe the rest of the week, maybe a little bit longer. And I will say, ironically enough, if we just continue in this general pattern and don't really close above this gap, which is about 164, if we don't really close above that gap, I'm not really going to have any issue, again, with any kind of rollover. I think we'll continue to do something like this for the next 2 or 3 days, and any lower low or lower high that happens, well, really I'm looking for a lower low and a lower high. Towards the end of the day, it will kind of be my bearish confirmation for another short-term bearish move lower. Again, longer term, I think that we could retest maybe 170, 150 potentially. So the shorter term move, I'm thinking we could get something like this, boop, right? Trade back down to there, maybe get a bounce, come up into this level. There's the big retest, and then we make another low in October. Then the Santa rally comes in for the big retest. That's definitely a possibility. So right now, all I got to say is, again, huge volume, a lot of volatility in the market. If we come into the hourly charts that you look at are going to be good to help you understand the sentiment. We had a big black candle yesterday that made a lower low on the hourly chart. We gapped up this morning. So this gap this morning was not bearish, truly. It really wasn't. So when stocks pulled back and they began to bounce, I thought that was kind of like a bullish signal. And by bullish, I just simply mean that I still think we slightly move a little bit higher. Tuesday morning was a great place to enter some shorts or to begin to unravel. I had one of my traders unravel a bull put spread that we were in, and he got a $2 profit rather than a $1 loss. So Doug Baker, shout outs to you. Great job as always, man. Looking at some other just broad market ETFs, here's the SPY that everyone knows about. Again, a little bit of a lower shadow. And on the general markets, I'm kind of thinking that this is a very ugly evening star pattern of sorts. Really, and I'll go into some general stocks. You'll see the general stocks in a moment, but this is still kind of like a flag pattern. Volume is declining, so I do anticipate some higher moves to retest this bearish retest gap again, and then any kind of rollover that we begin to get, that'll be kind of my bearish short-term signal for, a few days to a week or so, maybe a little bit longer. I don't think we break the low on SPY down at this level. I can say that if we do break this low or close below this low, that'll be magnificently and insanely bearish on the SPY, especially if we close below there. So that's actually going to be some of my targets on this rollover. So again, something like this and then a little bit of a rollover. That'll be my target. Stop, entry, and I'm looking for 2 or 3 or maybe 4 times my risk on that particular trade on the SPY. Here's the Qs. Qs, again, actually forming a very ugly evening star reversal pattern thing. If we break the low of Tuesday, specifically if we break the low tomorrow, that's bearish in my opinion. I'm not bullish. I think it actually would go lower, truth be told. So there's the intraday trigger, would be about 97.74. Stop would be about 103. So you're dealing with about a $5 range. I mean, this is a big, high range move. But again, this is a strong support on the Qs. We're battling with that right now. Volume is declining. This is a very rough evening star reversal pattern. If we do roll over, target 1 would be about 89 and some change, and then hopefully the low of Monday on the Qs. But I am getting set up and ready for some of these rollovers to occur on Monday. Now, they don't have to. I actually don't think that they're going to falsely trigger. Obviously, they could, but I don't think they do. And what I mean by falsely trigger is we're forming an evening star reversal on some stocks. For example, here's Alibaba. And the market's still open for a while, so all these things I'm talking about are subject to change due to volatility. But right now, we got an evening star reversal on Alibaba. Great evening star reversal. This is a bearish retest gap. Black candle gapped down. All the people buying to cover, locking in their profit, stock is retested. And if it begins to roll over, $65.55 would be my bearish entry. Stop will be at $70.48. That's just plain and simple how to play an evening star reversal. I don't think that would falsely trigger. I am going to wait for the close of the market today to really be able to determine where the lows of the market are going to be, what they look like, and if we can take any trades. Netflix, same exact thing. I'm going to wait for the end of the day. Stop would go about 110.61, and I would see if we can break the low of yesterday's low. And if we do that, the only thing that could really give us a pause for cause would probably be the 100 simple moving average, which is about $95. And then probably a trade down to about 83.69 and maybe as far as 75.92. I mean, if we're really going to get a rollover, it can happen pretty quickly. You guys now have seen how fast this market is going to move. And what I was talking about yesterday is the reason that some of the markets are going to move, and the reason that we've never ever experienced the sell-off that we may be getting in the near future. And by near future, I mean the next 8 to 9 months potentially. Is the reason that this sell-off and this market is going to move faster than ever before, bigger than ever before, and more scary than ever before is for a few reasons. Number one, the market's higher than it's ever been. Right? It's never really been this high before. And by never, really, it never has been this high. It's never been this high before. So this pullback, we have a lot of numbers to move. So if I show you guys the DIA on a weekly chart, just kind of, here's just a line chart of the DIA. This old resistance at 140 on the DIA, this is the 2007 high, is probably going to be a really good target for us. So if we do something like this, and roll over, I'm not saying how quickly we could reach that, but I'm definitely saying it's a potential. And since we've never been as high, the Dow and the S&P are going to move in bigger increments than they've ever moved before. If we really do have a giant sell-off, we're going to see Dow drop 1,000 points in one day. We will see the market. I'm calling, if we start to really roll over after a good retest, I'm calling that there will be at least one day that the market shuts down early due to the selling. But the real reason that the market, I still think that there's one small gleam of hope coming. But truth be told, again, if we get this and we start rolling over, my glimpse of hope is gone. And I'm just going to start saying, all right, we're in a primary bearish trend. Let's go. Right now, I'm just bearish shorter term. By shorter term, I mean weeks to months. Longer term, there's still hope for the bulls. And by longer term, I mean next year and a half. But if we see something like this, I'll cut that cord pretty quickly. But regardless, back to the reason why I think that there really could be a massive just fear in the market, just a straight up panic, is social media. Social media wasn't really around in the 2000s at all when the market was crashing. And in 2008, it was brand new. So it really was not to the magnitude that we have it now. I mean, you're looking at Facebook. Guys, my Facebook and Twitter was going absolutely banana sandwich the last 3 or 4 days. People asked me about the markets. Are the 401k safe? Are the IRAs safe? How to short trades in an IRA? How to protect themselves? What to buy? What to sell? Is this really the end? What to do? And people are going to be freaking out, and it's going to be a scale that might not have ever seen before, because the media and the emotions are going to be circled around faster, and they're going to be spread around quicker than you've ever seen before, because there's just more contextual evidence that more people are on Facebook, more people are on LinkedIn, more people on Pinterest, more people on Twitter than ever before. And that kind of communication is going to spiral out of control, in my opinion, in the sense that people are just going to be scared, and it will cause some really, really, really massive selling if we do get this sell-off that is potentially out there. So again, I mean, for me to really, really just be crazy, crazy bearish, is we're going to need to come up here, retest, rollover. Long as we hold this support, I'm still going to keep a longer term. There's a chance that we can stay bullish and just kind of trade neutral sideways. If this thing breaks and we get a retest of this, we're done, folks. It's over. I'm not going to be bullish anymore for about a year, maybe 2. And then, again, my hope is that we'll have enough cash saved up. We'll be calm. We'll be patient. We won't be freaking out. We won't be worrying. And we'll have enough cash at the bottom to start buying the dips. So if you don't know how to trade this kind of market, learn how. If you don't want to pay to learn how, join Real Life Trading. It's all free education. I'm here to teach you guys how to trade, how to protect yourself in this kind of environment. I'm not here to make money off of you. Learn how to trade. It's free. Go to reallifetrading.com. Really cool website. Click on any link. Everything is free, not one cost to any of the education. Obviously, we're going to have a cost to the live rooms because I got to keep that to a minimum because we have too many participants in the room. I mean, I could have 1,000 participants by tomorrow if I just opened the floodgates. So, gotta have a cost for the trading room, obviously, because we're taking real trades, real money trades, and we're making money in the rooms. But the education's free. Learn how the education. Show up. Be there. Don't spend any money. No subscription service. Nothing. Show up. Email me. I'm happy to help you any way I can. Whatever you need from me, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be here. Real Life Trading's not going anywhere. It's an exciting company. I'm really, really pumped about the future, and I look forward to our next update on Friday. I'll see you guys Friday.